Today we're going to find out what we would all do for money.
This is when you find out how nasty we really are. So we thought we'd do something a bit different today. We thought we'd give our insides a little bit of a rest after doing some heavy eating challenges, and we do something that's not eating. This is an app we found on the App Store called Wealthy Walrus. It's a free app and we're going to add the link in the description below. So if you want to play it and think it's fun, go and check it out. So the Wealthy Walrus is a extremely rich walrus who has a lot of money, more money than sense.
The idea of the Wealthy Walrus is that said walrus will give you a sum of money, a profit that can be made through a certain question. Now the question could be a yes or no based question or a would you rather question with two options. And once answering said question, you'll be given a statistic, normally out of 100%, who agreed with you or not. So say you're asked a question, you say yes, and it will say, well, 77% of people agreed with you, and you can find out how weird and messed up you really are if no one agrees with you whatsoever.
I'm going to start asking a question to Lewis and then we'll pass it around and ask each other. For $6 million,
That's a lot.
would you press a button that makes it so Elvis, Michael Jackson and the Beatles, wait for it, were born with terrible singing voices?
For $6 million, would I make Elvis, the Beatles, and MJ have terrible singing voices?
Oh, you'd upset a lot of people.
I would upset a lot of people.
Oh yeah, but would they know?
Yeah, that's a good point, because it would be from
They're
when
born.
they started, and
So
that was before I was born.
It would change the whole history of music though.
Yeah, you might not like the music.
I would create a paradox, because if they had singing voices, that question would never have been asked at me, because they would have already had terrible singing voices, and I would, I would end the world.
But it could mean that it makes their voices terrible for people now. So
Well, like in South Park,
they
where
weren't
hear,
really
like-
good,
where they
and
hear,
then
to everything.
yeah.
We all live in a... lot of money. Actually, why do I care? Yeah, I do that.
47% of people
Whoa,
agreed with
47, see how close that
That's
is?
under.
That's
That's still
so-
under though.
Yeah.
you. For fucking $6 million, I'd go deaf.
For 75 grand,
Not a lot.
No.
would you shave Fabio's head while he's sleeping? In 1999, Fabio's face collided with a goose while he was riding a roller coaster.
It's Fabio.
Oh.
It's Fabio, the long-haired guy. The top goes with the tiger.
Yeah, I think so. I have seen his face after he got hit in the face with a goose. He didn't look that
I
happy.
have no fucking idea who he is.
I know who Fabio is.
I know he is, but I've never seen
Yeah.
that picture. I think he'd kill you, but
Yeah, but I'll be able to look
Set
at him with
tiger
his
on
hair
you.
in my hand and go,
So you're saying yes?
yeah, of course I would.
53% of people agreed with you. They would shave Fabio's head while he was asleep.
75 grand, I'll just spend
that's only about £50.
Yeah, 50,000. Yeah, it's about £50,000. Sit in hospital with my broken legs and arms, just counting the money like in my mouth. Yeah, that's alright. I would do it. Yeah. For $2 million, would you join a cult and be practicing member for 2 years? In the Heaven's Gate cult, some of the male followers took part in ritual castration due to
Yeah,
strict
I'll pass.
celibacy rules.
No, thank you. No, thank you.
Would you have
$2 million is not enough to cut my balls off.
How much would it be though?
So
how much would Walrus have to offer you?
Smooth 10.
83% of people said no.
Yes. For $12 million,
Yes.
would you
Wow.
fake your own death and go into hiding for 5 years? Strictly speaking, faking your own death isn't illegal in the US. Doesn't
that-
really help us in the UK. But it is illegal in this country. Faking your own death is illegal in the US. You couldn't fake your death in this country, then go to the US.
Yeah,
you'd have to
you
go.
still fake your
You'd have
death
to go
here.
to somewhere like
Bolivia.
Yeah, but I'd be able to
you'd have to be
pay.
like Bolivia.
I'd be
or
able to
something.
pay bail, regardless.
I think more than bail you're going to need for this.
Yes, I would.
You would?
Definitely.
Okay, 54% said yes.
See,
Wow.
I'm not that daft. For 200,000, would you dress up like an Elvis impersonator?
Why are all my questions about Elvis?
Would you
Oh my
dress
God.
up like an Elvis impersonator at all times for a year?
For 200 grand, would I dress as Elvis every day for a year?
Yeah.
I think that'd just be fun. I'd love it.
Imagine the look she'd get as well. For 200 grand.
Yeah, and then just imagine you go every day like dressed up as Elvis, and then one day you just come in not dressed up and you're like, What the hell's
I
that?
suppose-
It's the 1st of January, you walk into work normal, and they're like, what's happened?
I suppose for about 3 days that would be funny.
Yeah.
But a year.
For a year.
And everyone just keep going, thank you very much, every time you walk down the road.
No, I wouldn't do that.
No, you wouldn't.
No, not for a
You just
year.
wear blue suede shoes as well.
70% of people said no.
For 999 million,
Yes.
would you get a sex change?
Yes! Yes! Yes!
999 million.
Yeah, my missus will love it.
Well, here's the fact: 9% of men who have had sex change operations were pleased with the results.
With that much money, so say you get the initial,
You just get it done.
say you get the initial sex change, yeah, and it's a bit of a botch job. With 999 million, you could make yourself look incredible.
Yeah. Mate, I've got hips for a woman.
Don't lie.
They don't lie. With a nice cracking ass and a pair of tits, I'll get any man I want.
It's kind of shit that, like...
Wait a second, what? For that money, that's the easiest yes I'll ever say. Seriously, yes.
43% of people agreed with you.
Oh.
Only 57% of people said no. They
I would
did not.
happily become Pauline for 999 million. I will be there rubbing my cooch with a dollar bill.
Oh, God.
And that's an image I never want to see.
For $25,000, would you rather eat nothing but Chinese food for a year, eat nothing but Mexican food for a year, or keep your money, Mr. Walrus? You would get really fat.
Think of the size of a Chinese menu, though. There's so many items. You'd have something different every day of the
See,
year.
I'm not really a fan of Chinese food.
I love
I'm not really a fan of
Mexican
anything, let's be honest. It's only 25 grand. And how long's the time period?
For a year.
1 year. You can keep your money for 25 grand.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah,
Keep
bump
your
it up a
money,
little
Mr.
bit.
Walrus.
It doesn't say a specific meal. It says there's
No,
any,
but that's
any item on a
no,
menu.
but that just gets so boring.
48% of people said they would eat Chinese food.
I'll do that.
26% of people said Mexican food, and 26% of people said keep your money.
But the
Mr.
problem
Walrus.
is, it's all well and good for the first couple of weeks. But imagine, for example, you're trying to get on a diet, and it's like, all I've got is Mexican food.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you probably
I've got-
would die.
All I've got is a burrito.
You just eat tortillas all the time, just a tortilla.
I didn't even
No,
think
you
about
wouldn't.
it.
You
I
could
didn't
eat a
even
bunch
think
of
about
corn smut.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Live on corn
there you
smut.
go. You just nailed the reason why I said keep your money. For $1 million, would you live on a diet of movie theatre food for the next year? So what's that? Popcorn,
Popcorn and pick
Like
and mix.
Maltesers
Yeah.
and
So,
pick
no,
and mix.
but what I say, would you have to live inside a cinema for like?
No, you just got to live on the food.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah?
I totally would do that, yeah.
25% said yes.
Wow.
For 2 million, would you sleep in a bed next to Elvis?
No, it's not.
No, I'm kidding.
Sad.
I look then, I look, really?
For $2 million, would you spend the rest of your life in a city where the sun is always out?
I'm imagining, does this just mean like it creates like a fake city? Like, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? It just makes something up, like, oh, the sun is always out here.
Okay.
Does that mean I'm not allowed to leave it ever?
You have
No,
to,
stay in
for
it.
how long is it? How long? A year?
The rest of my life?
you have to remember,
Fucking
you
shit deal.
Yeah, because then what are you going to spend your money on? You're in a city where you have
Suntan lotion.
Yeah. I spent all my money not looking like a fucking prune. I
2
just
million
don't
press
get
right.
there's so many questions, like, no, I wouldn't, nah.
No. 49% of people said no, and 51% said yes.
People think though, especially when you're in this country, I know it's an American app, but in this country everyone's like, can't wait to go on a holiday in the sun, because obviously it's always crappy weather
Yeah.
here. But 2 weeks in Spain, and you're like, I'm really fed up with the sun.
Yeah. For 8 million, would you let out a loud, smelly fart every hour on the hour for the next year? I'd actually quite
Imagine
like
where
that.
you are though.
That's like a
Okay.
superpower.
Yeah, but you got to remember, man. You got to go to things like your wedding,
Oh my god!
funerals.
Oh my god, a funeral!
And on there we go.
Oh no, they're like going in,
No, this would be
and
like...
then you'd stink out the whole fucking place anyway. Is that the body or is it? Oh,
You're doing like the speech at your wedding.
One thing I will say, does that mean that I would then be able to fart on that time, or would I have to try and squeeze it on out every hour?
No, you
No,
would
we would
fart.
just do it.
no,
Okay.
it's just
Would
Yeah,
you let out a loud, smelly
Yeah,
fart every hour
easy,
on the hour?
Easy, yeah.
Only 36% of people agreed with you.
Harry, for $100,000.
Why do I get the ones that are like no money?
Yeah. Would you rather give up video games forever,
Oh.
give up board games and card games forever,
Board games and card games.
or
No.
keep your money? Mr.
Board
Walrus?
games and card games.
Alright, so no cards.
So no more cards games.
So 16% of people said give up video games forever. 48% said give up board games and card games forever, and 36% people said keep your money, Mr. Walrus.
Yeah, I played so much FIFA, I can't give that up. For $50 million,
Wow.
would you trade bodies of a random chosen human of the same age and gender?
What,
For how
forever,
long?
was it?
Forever. Same age.
So it could be someone who's huge, someone who's like in a random country somewhere.
I can categorically say I
Yeah, but
definitely
no,
would
do I
not
get
do
to
that.
choose?
No,
they-
it's
they-
randomly chosen for you.
Oh, man! Right, yes.
What?
The best thing, right, would be one day, we're like, where the fuck is Matt gone?
But what if you never
And then just some random geezer comes through the door,
and doesn't know who we are?
and be like, hey guy, oh wait, no,
No,
do I still know who I am?
I think
Yeah.
Do I still know who I am?
What happened to my body?
You're freaky.
You're
Have you
right.
seen
You
Freaky Friday?
Yeah, alright.
Yeah.
Woo! Swap. Fucking
You just
swap.
swap. So
You're Matt, but you look like a different human being.
Frederick would walk in, looking like Matthew, and we'd be like, hey Matt, and he'd be like, who's Matt? The world's first full-face transplant was completed in Spain in 2010.
I thought I was going to say by John Travolta in the film
20,
Face Off.
oh, right, I thought you said 1910, that would have looked fucking weird.
So your answer is
My answer is yes.
50%, 50-50.
Oh.
Nah.
50-50.
I would have said no.
I would have
There
definitely
you go.
said no. That's such a shit deal.
So I think I got the worst deal out of all those.
Yeah.
Every question I got was like, would you like 25 grand?
So Mr. Walrus,
No, thank you.
Mr.
What about
Walrus,
Elvis?
Is a stingy old bastard with his money.
Well, if I change my penis for a sheenus, when do I get my 999,000?
Million.
Thousand million.
And if I'm going everywhere going, oh, with a big wig, when do I get my money? When does that happen?
You said
Yeah.
no.
I know I said no, but...
Well, you don't get any money
I guess I
then.
know
Yeah.
all of them, didn't I?
So that was us playing the Wealthy Walrus app. We've really truly found out how much of a whore we all really
No,
are.
turns out Matt will do anything for money.
Yeah.
Yes. Anyway, we've added the link of the Wealthy Walrus app in the description below. So if you would like to play this as well and have as much fun as we did, then go and check that out now.
Yeah, do it with some friends. It's a lot more. It's a
Yeah.
lot funnier to shout at each other. Telling Matt that he's an idiot.
Yes. So remember to like, favourite, and subscribe. And if you subscribe, you're the first one to know when we've done something stupid, like finding out how much a whore Matt is,
And how Lewis loves Elvis.
and how I want to be a woman for $999 million.
Goodbye.
Elvis has left the building.